to me, it's bad, but for entirely different reasons that I'm not going to make fun about. Jason Garrett is more than qualified to be an offensive coordinator in the National Football League. He deserves the opportunity. I wish him nothing but the best. But how am I supposed to feel sitting here as a black man when you clearly make the decisions as an organization? We know this guy's not ready, but we believe in his future. So we're going to surround him with people who are ready. See, those are the things that make black people, that drive us crazy. You have basically said, he ain't ready, but we're going to surround him with dudes who are. And we'll allow them to help him along. That's what you're doing with this. That's what I don't like about it.
I also forgot to mention that the Giants hired Patrick Graham, who is African-American, Stephen A.
Thank God.
As the defensive coordinator.
Yes. Thank you for that, because I did not know that.
Yeah. So a coordinator role is the important thing, although in this day and age, offensive coordinator is the pipeline to the, and I think there is a subtle kind of, if not racism, racial prism through which people see this that they may be unaware of, where defense is about toughness and trying hard and being scrappy and maybe even be from where you're from. And offense is about sophistication and nuance. Yeah. And so there could be racial, and especially now that's leading to head coaching jobs. That aside, as a football fan, as a Giants fan, I do not like the hire. And it's not that I don't think Jason Garrett is an offensive mind. I saw a play, not this past season, the season before last. Ezekiel Elliott, you draft him in the fourth round, and he's living up, in the first round, fourth overall, and he's living up to it. They were about at midfield, 4th and 1, and you punt. No cowards allowed on my team, right? Like, that's a cowardly call. And many head coaches and coordinators are cowards in that moment, or make cowardly decisions based on a negative result. That was with Ezekiel Elliott. Saquon Barkley was taken 2nd overall, got more talent than Ezekiel Elliott. I don't want the kind of play caller who's going to be saying on 4th and 1 from midfield, with Saquon Barkley, we're going to punt.
So I appreciate what Stephen A. brought up, and I think that matters. But they already hired Joe Judge. And that pipeline that you talked about through offensive coordinator, Joe Judge skipped that pipeline altogether, so that pipeline only exists for certain people. So I appreciate Stephen A. bringing that up. But once they
I didn't mean white guys, obviously. Right. I'm sorry. Did you think?
I thought you meant. I thought you meant the rules were fair. So if you bring that
coaching
up,
while white is a little bit different.
Which it is. Once they've already made the Joe Judge hire, I like the Jason Garrett hire at that point. What I don't understand is why bring him in as offensive coordinator. Their offense got better when they took his offensive privileges away from him and gave him to Kellen Moore. So like you bring him in as a consultant or you bring him in as an assistant head coach. There's no salary cap. There's no rules on how you bring in coaches. Bring him in that situation. But why hand him the offense?
Only point that I want to end this was saying this also. The Dallas Cowboys, Stephen Jones raving about Jason Garrett. Yeah, he's like family to y'all, and I get that. But could it be because you took play calling duties away from him and gave him to Kellen Moore? And if you did do that, well, we all fear in holding Jason Garrett so accountable. Because remember, I came to the defense of Jerry Jones because I said, you left this man alone to do his job in the last year of his contract, and you saw what you got. But if indeed you took those responsibilities away from him, then it is unfair that you're holding him accountable.
What you want is
3 new coaches in the NFC East. It's going to be really interesting.
What you want with a young head coach, especially a guy who skips steps, is an old, crusty coordinator who has some gravitas in the league and no ambition to be a head coach, just wants to be a coordinator. What they got was a young guy who obviously has ambitions to be a head coach, and you don't even love his play calling in critical moments. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.